path, so to speak.
Like, do you want me to solve the problem and tell you the answer
Absolutely,
I got?
but what I don't want you to do is do the typical thing where you solve an absolute value equation. I'm asking you to try to do something here to solve it without solving it. And if you don't have any idea what I mean, just,
Is it D?
so D is the kind of the classic wrong answer here. Um, so now I want you to try direct solving it. X minus 1 equals 8, X minus 1 equals minus 8.
Do you want me to?
Yeah, did you get any values for X? And then you have to subtract X minus, or you have to subtract 1.
Because it had the absolute value, wouldn't it become X plus 1?
No, so you negate the number on the right, not the left.
Okay.
So the definition here is that the absolute value of whatever's inside here becomes equals positive C equals negative C.
Oh, okay. So it'd be X, because it would be X equals 9 and then X equals negative 9.
No, try solving the second one by hand, meaning like
Oh,
work it out. You're making
X
these
equals
classic
negative
mistakes.
7.
Yeah. And this is not meant to be a difficult problem, but it illustrates a common thing that you will see in this. So um, these are not the answers though. The answers are over here. What is left?
X minus 1.
Okay, so you have to subtract 1 from each of your answers.
So it'd be X A.
It is A. So the thing that was missed, and you're not alone, but this is like one of those things, like this right here is this right here. And so the only possible answers are 8 and minus 8. Like this thing inside parentheses is either 8 or it's minus 8. So similarly, like let's just say I wrote a problem like this, X plus 2 equals 6. And I said, what is X plus 2? Well, it's either 6 or negative 6. Sorry, X plus 2. Sorry, I don't know why I did that. It's a slip there. X plus 2. The part inside the absolute value has to either be 6 because the absolute value of 6 is 6, or it has to be the absolute value of negative 6, which is also 6. No, don't like that. Do like that.
X minus A. B.
They're both correct.
Oh,
That's the point here. Okay. I'm not getting through on this. So you're so driven by the classroom that you're not able to sort of take a step back and recognize that the problem I've written here is the same as the absolute value of U equals 6. What is U? It's either 6 or negative 6. These are the exact same questions. Exact same questions, even though they look different, because U just represents what's inside the absolute value.
oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay. So let's go to the class, let's go do this is what you're trying to do, which is the classic, like solve it. So um, this is a free response question. on absolute value. So we'll hit a couple of content areas today. Um, they give you the absolute value equation and they say, hey, there's two solutions. What's the value of A minus B? So basically, like, you've got to find the two solutions, then subtract them, and then take the absolute value of that. Is it clear what I'm asking you to do or not?
Yeah, so it'd be
Okay.
2x plus 1 equals -5, and then 2x plus 1 equals 5, and I'd solve both of those.
Yes.
How do I know which one would be A and which one would be B?
Good question. So you can do it both ways. You can choose, well, what did you get for the two values?
-3 and 2.
Okay, so you can try -3 minus 2 or 2 minus a minus 3. And does it matter?
Oh, it's the same.
Yeah. What do you notice about the answer? Or what is the
It's
answer?
it's 5.
It is 5. So let's do another one. Let's say it's the absolute value of 2x plus 1 equals 7. And let's do the whole what is the value of b minus a this time?
It's 7.
Are you surprised that the answer is 7? The previous answer was 5.
Oh,
So I made a comment about like guessing and stuff like and there's even like in the free response there's reasonable guesses. And like sometimes it's the number that's in the thing. Like if you're just totally stuck, you just try the number. Okay. Let's look at one more before we switch topics. This is not related to the last one, so you can't use anything you did there. But it says if absolute value 2x plus 3 equals 5 and absolute value 3y minus 3 equals 6, what is one possible value of absolute value of xy? So the direct solution here um, is to solve the first one, solve the second one, and then take your x and y. So that would be the right way to approach this problem. So you're going to give that a try, please.
Oh, one possible value is 3.
Okay, so what did you get for the first one for X? What could that be?
-4 and 1,
Okay, and for the second one here, what'd you get for Y?
3 and -1.
All right. So you just you know do. I think it would have been better to ask like what is the smallest possible value of this, just to kind of make you work through some of these, but they can't make them too long or too difficult. You have to you have to consider that, you know, you only have about 1 minute to solve every question. So that's good. We'll look at some more problems here. I've got some geometry stuff. It's just I think be a few reminders more than anything of stuff here. Um, the first kind of geometry question, just maybe let you take a look at this if you're not sure. Let me know. I'll be happy to.
Is it D?
How did you come up with D?
I did 360 minus 45 and then divided that by 3
Okay, that'll do it. All right. So how did you know that it was 360 degrees?
because all parallelograms are 360 degrees.
So you said parallelogram. This actually is a quadrilateral because there are no parallel sides, just four sides.
Oh yeah.
So because n equals 4, you may want to remember this formula, may not. This is the sum right here.
Mm-hmm.
So just something to think about. All right. Triangle. Sorry. So here's a new, and this is a free response question. No multiple choice here. I would recommend trying to draw something. That would be my hint.
Is it 98 degrees?
Let's see, 28. So it's 180 minus 54 minus 28. It is 98 degrees. Yeah, the boy band. All right. So you that again,
Mhm.
this is one of those where when you guess, if you were to guess, there's only so many reasonable answers like 28, 54, 180 minus that, 90 minus those. Like there's answers to always sort of consider. These aren't typically like overwhelming, um, you know, super challenging problems here. So here's a new one for you to try.
Is it 120?
Q to mtar. So this angle down here, this one right there. That is the one you're going for 120.
It doesn't really make sense to me, but if P and 60 are equal 180, then the opposite angle should.
What kind of a triangle is MPR? It's got a specific name based on something in here.
Uh, Equilateral?
So equilaterals if all the sides are the same. All sides are definitely not the same, but it does say that,
Isosceles?
yes, that says that MP is equal to PR. Isosceles, so you might remember same sides, same angles. So if you knew angle P, or this angle up here, MPR, and this is a straight line, what is the angle of MPR? There's a straight line there.
It'd be 90.
So this is 60, and then this is X plus 60 equals 180.
Oh,
The
it'd
same,
be 120.
120. Okay. And that allows you to find the two base angles because
30.
they're 30. Yeah, good. All right. All right. So the answer here is 30, Q to M to R, like that. There's a lot going on here, but this is just like one of those questions where um you gotta sort of navigate this thing. So this is probably a good reminder. You're gonna get some sort of geometry question on there, mostly sides and angles. You'll also get some special triangle problems. We can review that maybe after this one if you need. Do you remember the rules for a 30, 30, 60, 90 triangle?
Kind of.
Okay, so the short leg is X, hypotenuse is 2X, the long leg is X root 3.
Okay.
And that is enough information to do this one.
Six. Oh, wait. Is it B?
It is B. Why don't we label more of the triangle here? Could you tell me what BD is?
What? Oh, 6 root 3.
6 root 3. And then this one is 12. So let's say now I wanted the perimeter of triangle ABC. What would you tell me?
Um, it'd be 36.
Okay. And what if I wanted the area now? The area of triangle ABC. What would you say for that?
Uh, it'd be half base times height, right?
Yes.
36 root 3.
So how did you come up with that?
12 times 6 is 72 divided by 2 is 36.
Good. Okay. All right. All right. So let's look at another problem here. All right. All right, so in rectangle ABCD, shown AB is 6, CD is 6, and AC is 10. So that's the hypotenuse here. They want you to find the length of CE there. So
Is it 3?
how did you come up with that?
Because the hypotenuse of that triangle, DEC is 6, and that 6 equals 2x in
Uh,
relation
we
to.
we have no idea that this is a 30, 60, 90 triangle.
Oh,
Plus, it's not there. I mean, 3 is there, but 3, not 3.6. Um, so let's try another possibility. Could you find BC?
find what?
Could you find length BC for me? That would be maybe a good one to start with to find. This is
Um,
a this is a right triangle. You can presume that because it's a rectangle.
I so would we use the radius to find it?
There's no radius. There's no radius. This is just a triangle. So you have leg, leg, and hypotenuse. What is the relationship between leg, leg, and hypotenuse?
A squared plus
That,
B squared equals C squared.
yes, yes. So for BC, you're given two of the three sides. You're given call that A, call that C. Can you solve for B?
Is BC 8?
Yes. Okay. All right. Now, you didn't need that, but I just wanted to kind of go off to the side here and show you that. So this problem here is problem where there are three triangles. There's one, there's two, there's three. There's three triangles. There is a large triangle, and you know everything about the large triangle. Call it the short leg or the short side, long leg, and hypotenuse. Okay. The small triangle, what do you know in the small triangle? What is the
6.
six? What is it referring to though? Short leg,
The
long leg, or
hypotenuse.
hypotenuse. So if you made a table here, like let's say you said, all right, large triangle, small triangle, hypotenuse. Okay, so what is in the in the small triangle, the hypotenuse is 6. In the large triangle, what is the hypotenuse?
10.
10. Now, what are we trying to find in the small triangle? What would you call this?
The small leg.
Short leg, yeah. So we'll call that X. Do you know the short leg in the large triangle?
8.
Short leg. This is the long
Oh,
leg.
6.
Yes. How might you solve a proportion like this one?
Uh, it would be what it
I feel like you're overthinking this. I mean, you just diagonally multiply here.
oh
So 10x equals 36.
So then x would be 3.6.
Now we spent a lot of time solving this problem. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, we're practicing stuff like that. But a strategy here would be to recognize that in this small triangle, six is the largest side. So the other sides can't be bigger than six. So for sure it's not eight. Like that's out. Um, just the way it's drawn, like E is not in the middle here, so five is out as well. Like it's less than five because E isn't right in the middle of the hypotenuse. So you're down to two answers here. And I mean, no, it's not three because of half that, but like you weren't that far off. Um, and I'm not saying you should do this. I'm just saying like you can get it down to like two answers, and then you may find you don't need you can come back to this if you have time. You can guess. Um, you can do some things to shorten up your time to solve these.
Okay.
All right, so let's look at some other problems here. Um, I don't know. Maybe geometry isn't your favorite, but maybe that is what we need to review here. Maybe that is something where you're pretty rusty on. Because this is nothing to do with like the stuff we are doing last time. Complex fractions and graphing and domain and min maxes. Like this is all stuff you saw last year before. All right, so here's a new problem. It says in the figure shown, ABCD is a parallelogram and EBFD is a square. So you might start marking up stuff here. You might also notice that this triangle here becomes this triangle here, which is always the case in a parallelogram. If the area of ABCD is 112, so that's the whole thing, and the area of EBFD is 64, what is the length in meters of line segment? All right, so I've kind of done enough here. Give this a try. See if you can come up with the answer here. I'm gonna be right back in 30 seconds and I'll work through this together.
Okay. I think I have answer, but
All right. Do you have an answer for me on this one, or it's not sure?
I got A,
Okay.
but
What did you find? Tell me in this triangle, or I'm sorry, in this figure, what you know. Give me any links,
that
anything.
BF and all of those sides are 8
Okay,
meters.
good. Now, the area of A, B, C, D, like the whole thing is 112, and the area of the square is 64. So when you subtract those, what do you get?
When I what?
Subtract 112 minus 64. What is the result of that?
48.
Did you not do it this way? Did you do it a different way?
Yeah, I did it.
Okay, tell me what you did. I sort of assumed you did this. How did you do it?
And then, so after I got the 8, I did 8x equals 112, and I got 14, which
Okay,
is AD.
right. Well, yeah, that's the whole length. And then you want just 80, so you subtracted 8. Okay, good. That works. This is another way, but your way also works. Good. Was that a difficult problem?
For a second, but like once I understood what I had to do, it was easy.
Okay. All right. All right. Try these are all. So this one is more of a symbolic type problem. I guess as these are going to be the most difficult for you. One of the things that you can do when they give you constants or variables is you can pick values for A and B. You just generally avoid like 0 and 1. Um, but I'll leave that kind of to you to sort of think about here as you look through this.
Like, would doing like process of elimination be like a viable option for this one? Or
Yeah, trying the answers is definitely a test taking strategy we'll talk about. You want to be careful though, like this is not the right way to do it. Don't just go in order. If anything, you would go kind of reverse order, or you might try like two of the answers so that you might learn something.
yeah, I was thinking of like going from bottom, like start because I know A wouldn't work, so just trying like B and C.
That is not the best way, most efficient way to do it, because you and I are writing a test that we knew students would try answers on. We would definitely bury the answer further down the list. Not always, but we would want them to waste time on A and then B and then C. That's why I said it's not a good strategy just do an order. It does work, but it's not the
But
best
wouldn't
strategy.
D just not work because it says the sum. Oh wait, only one of the sides. Sorry, never mind.
Yes.
So it would be D.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Okay. So if A is 24, what is the value of B?
Uh, 6.
What is 6 times 24? 6 times 20 is 120. 6 times
144.
good. Now let's try it. Let's try another one. If A is 18, what is B?
Nine.
Okay, what is 9 times 18?
162.
Right, so it's not B. Now, is there a problem with some of the other answers here? Like, can A actually be 12? Well, what would B be if A is 12?
Um, 12. Should be a square.
Is it possible?
No.
A is also not possible. There's always something you can do to kind of reduce the answer space. And that is an important test taking strategy. Really is. Um, all right. I want to do a few of these problems, but actually, let's try this one. This is a pure formula problem. So if you don't have the formula, try to estimate it with, not estimate, try to break it up somehow if you don't know the formula for this.
B.
Okay, how did you come up with that?
I split it into a square and a rectangle, and 4 times 4 is 16. And then 3 times 4 times 1/2 is 6. And 16 times 6 is 22.
Okay. All right, so we'll close out here. We'll switch to another topic, some function notation stuff. So this is a little bit kind of like that absolute value problem I gave you earlier, where there is kind of an indirect way to do it. There's also the sort of the direct way. I'll let you give this a try, please.
Three. C.
C, okay. How did you come up with C?
Uh, negative 3 times 2 equals negative 6 plus 3.
Okay, so that yeah, it's a classic mistake here. You have to set x minus 1 equal to minus 3. You're trying to figure out what value of x gets you to minus 3. So when x is minus 2, f of minus 2 minus 1 is f of minus 3, but we want the x value that does that. So x is really minus 2. So minus 2 is what goes in for x. Like you're not, so what you're not doing is you're not just putting negative 3 in here. So I mean, that's what I heard. You're figuring out what number for x makes it minus 3 inside here, and that's what goes in for x.
Oh, okay.
So what would your new answer be?
It would, D.
D, yeah. Okay, so let's try kind of a related problem. Let's say g of x plus 1 equals 3 minus 2x, and I want g of -1.
Seven.
Okay, so x ends up being -2. 3 minus 2 times -2 is 7. Good. All right, let's say g of 1/2 y equals 3y minus 4. What is g of 3/2 y minus 2?
Uh,
If
1
you,
minus 2
it's just a number. The answer is just a single number
minus 1.
-1. Okay, so what is the value of y? What did you get when you solved this for y? Or did you not solve it for y?
I did, and it would
Okay,
be y equals 2.
yes, y is absolutely 2. So that is what goes into this equation, not 1/2 of that, which could be confusing. So it's 3 times 2 minus 4 is 2. Okay, let's try something else. All right, I recommend next time we just do one of my classes, and I'm not sure doing all these problems has been helpful or not, but you can tell me what you think here. This will be our last problem for today, most likely. Um, the function f is defined by f of x equals mx plus b, where m and b are constants. If f of 0 equals 18 and f of 1 equals 20, what is the value of m? Slope formula is
Oh,
y2
2.
minus y1. Yes. So I don't really like this problem because I think it's once you realize that the slope is 2, I would rather you tell me what is f of like 3, which means you have to figure out the function. So the function is f of x equals mx plus b, which is 2x plus b. Can you tell me the b value from the given information in here?
The what?
The b value. Are you, yeah. So the b value
It
is
would,
18,
yeah.
and then f of 3 would be 2 times 3 plus 18, which is 24. All right. You do have to stop here for today. So go ahead and stop the recording here.